So I want to talk about the Republican health care bill. So they've tried to put it through a couple times now, and it's got voted down. And now it got voted that they can that they can debate about it, so they don't really know what they're voting for. And I believe it's at the Senate right now. So sorry if I'm wrong, but it has been such a staple of the campaign promises to repeal Obamacare. And whenever a Republican talks about the Affordable Care Act, they say the words Obamacare. And they've said the words repeal and replace so often that I just don't feel like it's actually about Obamacare being wrong as much as it is about them having a slogan to be anti-Obama, because anti-Obama is just such a pro Republican Party thing right now, and as long as he's been elected, because not only was he a Democrat, he was also black, and we didn't want to hear we didn't want the Republicans, the Republicans didn't want to hear Obama tell them to do anything, and then he had the what is it called when they'll take it out of your taxes if they if you don't sign up for a healthcare, which is the whole point. But when you actually look at the thing, like, if you sign up for the Affordable Health Care Act, or I'm sorry, if you get healthcare, and if it's through the ACA or through whatever healthcare provider you feel like getting, if everybody has healthcare, isn't everybody better off, and isn't it better to always have a cheap option? So if you really want things to be cheaper, then you would support what is happening. But I don't think that's what people associate it with. I think people associate it with, Obama, and that's why they call it Obamacare, even though that's not what it is. It's not, whatever. So when Republicans try to replace and repeal Obamacare, it gets voted down because I don't feel like Republicans really know what they want. If they knew what they wanted, it would have been passed already, and everybody would agree. But it was just all it was a empty promise. It was just an empty promise of campaign rhetoric. So if I have any viewers, and if you're a Republican, please tell me, please comment what exactly you want from healthcare, because I want to know. I want to know what it is you disapprove from Obama and Obamacare, and what it is you want from this new, whatever, Trump care, if you want to call it. Cause I watched Paul Ryan's, the famous three prongs, uh PowerPoint presentation on the what people were calling Obamacare light, and I felt like he had a really good grasp of what Republicans wanted. It was basically the same thing, but it didn't have. I'm sorry, I don't remember what it's called, but it doesn't have that thing where you have to pay it gets taken out of your taxes if you don't have health care, so you don't have to have a health care, which is the only thing that seems to be consistent among Republicans, that they complain about Obamacare, is that, oh, I get the money taken out, and I don't want to have health care. I don't feel like having health care, so why should I have to pay for other people? And I felt like when you're coming from that Republican, like, rich, like, capitalistic point of view, you feel like companies are responsible, and when you just leave it up to the companies and you just leave them to compete amongst themselves, you're going to end up getting the best options just naturally. And I really felt that Paul Ryan felt that. So if that is really all it takes, then why were so many people against it? So many Republicans against it. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think that Republicans were against it because they didn't really care about having cheap health insurance. What they really cared about was um being able to give the companies that give you health insurance the freedom to choose their prices for whatever they want, the freedom to charge you way more if you have a pre-existing condition, or if you're older, or if you're male, or whatever makes you more at risk of needing to go to the hospital. So if you don't have those things, then you get charged really, really cheap insurance, but then you're not probably having it anyway. And then when you sign up, when you find out you have something wrong with you, you can get charged all these fees because, oh, well, it's all up to the company, so they can just choose whatever they want. And as long as, it's insurance. You know, if you're paying every year for insurance, whether or not you have a complication, it's better for you to never have a complication. So, and it's better for the if you're from the health insurance company's perspective, it's better for you to keep paying insurance and them never have to give you money back because you never go to the hospital. And if you go to the hospital, they can just say, "Oh, you're denied." Even though you paid us all this money, you're denied because you have a pre-existing condition, because you're too old, because you don't qualify, whatever. You didn't sign up for the right one. We have 20 bajillion selections, but you didn't sign up for the right one, so you're denied. You went to the wrong hospital, you have the wrong doctor, you saw too many people, you're just denied now. So from that perspective, it's just more profitable, and I feel like that's what not Paul Ryan, but a lot of Republicans really wanted. They just wanted to have the freedom to do whatever they wanted. So a lot of Republicans ended up disagreeing with each other, because I do really think some Republicans really do believe that they want to get the cheapest options for their voters. I think Paul Ryan thinks this. So, and by getting the cheapest option would be through naturally giving companies the freedom to do what they want. But that would still ensure things like, well, I don't know if this is for sure, but I don't know if Paul Ryan believes this for sure. But it would ensure that you can get health insurance, and it would ensure that it would be cheaper, and it would ensure that you can enroll and you would get paid back if you have pre-existing conditions. And it would include, female specific things like birth control. It wouldn't just, upcharge you because you're female or whatever. Or, well, whatever, because you have more medical necessities, whatever the real reason is, or the legal reason. So, if the Republicans end up pushing something through, which I think they will, because they have a Republican majority in Congress and in the Senate and the presidency. So I think they will get something through. I don't know what they really want, but I do think the whole reason it's taking so long is because they don't know what they want amongst themselves. So that's all. That's all I think about it. So if you would like to add anything, please be sure to add a comment, and I'll probably respond because I have no viewers. So thank you. Have a good night.